Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode in a new Let's Play. Today we're going to be playing some Crusader Kings 2 with the Game of Thrones mod. So it's been quite some time now since I've played any Crusader Kings 2 on this channel, so I thought it was about time to do another campaign in this game. Another thing, of course, is that as of me recording this, we are about halfway through the 7th season of the Game of Thrones TV show. And so I thought it would be fun to try and play in the Game of Thrones mod for this game. Now, I have played a decent chunk of this mod before, but I've never made any Let's Plays or any videos of this mod on my channel. So hopefully this is going to be a fun little series and you guys are going to be enjoying it. Hopefully. So all I really knew for what I wanted to do for this campaign was that I wanted to play as a Valyrian character. Specifically a character with the Valyrian religion, you know, the religion of Old Valyria. I also wanted to play as a feudal character, and when you want that, you're kind of limited. There are Valyrian characters in Volantis, even if the majority religion is R'hllor, you know, the red god with that whole thing, you know, the Lord of Fire. The triarchs of this place are actually Valyrian. And also, if you play in the Century of Blood start, you can play as the 10th free city. But that is, it's sort of a feudal place, but it's not really. It's one of those noble oligarchies, which is a unique government form, I think, for this mod. So what you're left with is these territories down here. You know, the three cities that were spared, the three cities of the sort of Valyrian proper territories that were spared the doom. Elyria, Tylos, and Mentaris. So I was originally thinking of doing Elyria. However, I decided that I wanted to spice things up a bit and make things a bit more interesting rather than just playing as some random character down here. So I thought that we are going to be playing as a member of the Targaryen Dynasty. You know, the dynasty of Daenerys and the whole crew, you know, the Iron Throne, etc. And one way I thought we could do this is that we're going to be playing in the bookmark The Rogue Prince. And we're going to be playing as who else but the Rogue Prince himself, Lord Daemon Targaryen of Daemon's Host. Now there's quite a lot of history around this guy. You know, I'm about to say historically, but at least historically in the lore of the, you know, the World of Ice and Fire, which this mod is based on. And to, you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure the story of Daemon is canon in the show as well. He went down here and he conquered the Stepstones and he became king of this place, but then he got tired of that, I guess, and then he went back to the Iron Throne, and I think he married his sister. I mean, he married a bunch of different people. I guess we'll get into more details once we actually get into the game here. And he was a part of the, you know, the Dance of the Dragons, the big civil war that is about to break out in about, 25 years, or 23 years as of this start date. And he supported, you know, the queen who tried to claim the throne. He was actually the husband, I think, of that queen who tried to claim the Iron Throne. But yeah, regardless, that is not what we're going to be doing in this playthrough. Instead, we're going to take good old Daemon Targaryen here, and we're going to sail to the east, and we're going to land here in northern Valyria, you know, the parts of Valyria that are still a thing. And I want to convert to the Valyrian religion, so we're going to sort of have a campaign where we play as a Targaryen, but that we go back to our roots. We're going to leave the Targaryens on the Iron Throne to do whatever they want to do, and in the meantime we will travel east and re-establish and rebuild as much of the old Valyrian kingdom as we can, or freehold, I guess it was called. Not necessarily sure if we're going to, you know, form an empire that spans all of Essos. We'll see. In the beginning I think we'll have to be a bit less ambitious than that. All I know is I want to invade Elyria and take this little place, and then, you know, conquer northern Valyria, and then we'll take it from there. This will be probably a bit easier than playing as one of these lords, simply because Daemon starts out as a dragon rider, because this is, of course, before the Targaryens lost their dragons. Of course, in the lore, one of the big events for the Targaryens and the dragons was the Dance of the Dragons, which was, you know, a civil war that killed off a bunch of dragons, and the dragons would eventually die off. But this is before that. This is, you know, about, you know, approximately 200 years before the events of the show and the book. So we're not going to be recognizing any characters really, but we're going to be seeing a bunch of characters from, you know, the lore and stuff like that. And quickly before we begin, I will want to talk about spoilers and shit like that, because I feel like that's appropriate when you start this kind of a campaign. And I thought about it for a while, but I think I'm not really going to have much of a spoiler policy. As in, I will probably just say whatever I feel like. Like, I won't intentionally roam about to try and spoil the show or the books. But, you know, as people who watch my channel know, I have a tendency for ranting about stuff. And so I can't promise that I won't just accidentally start talking about the North or some random thing, you know. And I might stumble into some spoilers, or, you know, sometimes I might just comment on something that is a spoiler. So if you haven't, you know, seen the show, then honestly, what are you doing? Why are you watching a Game of Thrones Let's Play on YouTube? Go watch the TV series. It's good. It's fun. Go watch it. And of course, this is also based. This mod in particular is based on the books, and even if the books and the show are quite similar, there are some differences. Although I wouldn't call any of the differences sort of major spoilerific. You know, it's just that, you know, certain characters have been combined from the books to the show, and, you know, a couple of characters, you know, go to different places, but the differences aren't that major, I would argue. Well, there is definitely an argument to be had there, but I don't know. I don't think it's too big of a deal to, as a show watcher, to accidentally learn about some of the differences from the book. And for the record, I have indeed read all of the books. Well, I've listened to the audiobooks because I don't like reading, but Jesus Christ, enough talking. Let's get into the game. And of course, we need to go into these rules, and I think I will do that off screen. Alright, so I've left pretty much everything on default, as the mod creators intended, I guess. I think anyways. Of course, the game remembers my earlier settings, so I'm not entirely confident, but I will turn on this little thing, although I don't think that will matter. R plus L equals J. I don't think that will matter for this campaign. I won't go into detail on that. I've also turned off Sunset Invasion, because obviously I've turned off Sunset Invasion. Don't even know why it's in this mod, but there you go. So other than that, everything will be on default. I'll not do Iron Man mode just because, you know, it's a mod, and I don't like using Iron Man in mods because of, you know, various complications that can occur. So anyways, welcome to Ck2, a Game of Thrones. Blah blah blah, we know this. Mostly, I don't know. As I said, I have played this mod before, but I'm definitely not an expert, and there has also been quite a decent bit of version updates since last time as I played it. So we're playing as a High Valyrian Lord of the Faith of the Seven. So the High Valyrians are probably the best culture in the game, and by that I mean that we're, you know, most cultures don't necessarily have anything special going for them, but the High Valyrians definitely do. Blank characters cannot inherit traits. We're a traditional slaver culture, which will be interesting, I guess. We're basically going to be sort of a anti-Daenerys Targaryen type character, because rather than roaming about, you know, liberating everyone, we're probably going to be engaging in a decent bit of slavery. As I said, this will be a campaign quite focused on returning to the old ways of the Valyrians, you know, the old ways of the Targaryens. So, you know, slavery, Valyrian religion, stuff like that. And of course, you know, incest with the Targaryen and Blackfire dynasties that can arrange marriages between close family members. I mean, Daenerys herself is a abomination of incest, as they would say in the game. Yeah, we're feudal. We are the Faith of the Seven. Not much point though in thinking too hard about that, because I'm pretty sure that it will, hopefully anyways, change fast enough. So here we are, we get a little pop-up, because we are, you know, the character that this starting date is all about. We are the Rogue Prince. In the early years of Viserys I's reign, his chief annoyance was his own brother, Prince Daemon Targaryen. Daemon was mercurial and quick to take offense, but he was daring, dashing, and dangerous. He was one of his brother's brashest supporters in the Great Council, some say motivated by the belief that he would be heir. However, Rhaena was named heir instead. This is the thing that causes the issues with the Dance of the Dragons. Rhaena is a female, of course, and a lot of the realm didn't dig that, and so they proclaimed the male dude instead, and they had a big war. And this guy was on the Rhea, oh my god. Anyways, was named there instead. And now King Viserys has remarried to Lady Alicent Hightower. Seemingly grown tired of waiting for a crown, Daemon is now determined to carve out his own kingdom. In this, he and Corlys Velaryon have made a common cause. Thanks to predations of the Three Daughters, or the Triarchy, this fledgling alliance of Lysmere and Tyrosh is menacing the trade flowing through the stepstones, and the rogue prince has pledged to stop them. Prince Daemon, a rogue if there ever was one. So, my lord, we have received word from Dorne. Princess Elia has led them to join a coalition in defense of the Three Daughters, and have issued a declaration of war against us. Fools! We shall crush them too. And here's the king, our brother. My dear brother, I applaud your campaign against the predations. What the fuck does that mean? Tell me in the comments. Of the Three Daughters, I bid you every success. To aid in this, I am sending you funds from the treasury and granting you the blessing of my council. Yours, Viserys. Ah, thanks, bro. Literally. In a pact of non-aggression. Yeah, that works. This does, of course, mean that we can't really claim the throne, because we do have a claim on the Iron Throne, but I probably won't give a shit about that because I don't want the Iron Throne. I want to make my own throne, because the heir of the Iron Throne is, of course, Rhaena, and you know, the queen is still only 20, so she can still pump out a bunch of kids. What is the succession law right now, actually? It's cognatic, so it's not even agnatic cognatic or whatever. You know, I think even in later start dates it's agnatic, so like females can't even inherit at all. But yeah, regardless. So we start out the game in a war against the Three Daughters, which is an alliance, as the game said, between Mare, Tyrosh, and Lys. This is an alliance that obviously does not exist anymore in the the show and the books and whatnot, but it is a historical little fun thing. I don't know much about the history of the thing, but I just know that it exists. And of course, this is also a couple of years ahead of, well, a decent couple of years ahead from the conquest of Dorne. So Dorne at this point is an independent kingdom, or princedom, as those are the royal titles of the Dornish. So this is before the Dornish married into the Targaryens and joined the kingdom. And so they have joined against us, but hopefully that won't be much of an issue, because honestly, as I said, I don't have many intentions of actually messing with any of that. So who are we? We are quick, we are attractive, and interestingly, we have the Valyrian steel sword Dark Sister, which was wielded by one of the sisters of Aegon the Conqueror, the first Targaryen who forged the Iron Throne. And maybe most important of all, we are a dragon rider, and we ride the dragon. Well, it doesn't say us yet, but let's get like a day to pass, and there we are. Yes, the Valyrian Freehold. I am the blood of Old Valyria, which is really good because it gives you a modifier. Blood of Old Valyria, which reduces revolt risk by 3, which is good because in this mod, there's no such thing as culture shift. So as a High Valyrian, which is essentially a culture that's supposed to represent, the High Lords of the Valyrian Freehold, the Dragon Lords of the Valyrian Freehold, in comparison to the lesser, Valyrians, such as these guys, the Essos Valyrians. Obviously, there are no High Valyrian culture provinces in the entire game, and so we would suffer from revolts because of that. But because of this modifier, that gets cancelled out, so it makes playing as a High Valyrian really good. And of course, High Valyrians have the highest bonus to dragon hatching and dragon taming chance. I'm not entirely confident yet in exactly how dragons work. Like, I feel like I know the basics of how you can fight with them, but I've never done any dragon taming or anything like that. I've played as Valyrian characters before, but I've never gotten a dragon. I don't even know how you would get a dragon unless you start with one. I also have no idea how you would, I guess, get more dragons if our dragons die, because, let's see, fuck that. Yeah, I also love how dragons are, they're in the same category as friends, but that again is, it's a clever workaround for the modders. So we got our dragon, Syraxis, the Bloodworm. Pretty neat name. Pretty good dragon. think I saw somewhere that you're supposed to compare the martial strength to the age, and yeah, I forget exactly what tells you whether or not it's a good dragon, but a dragon is an incompetent commander, but it's a bonus to martial. It's fine. Of course, there's a bunch of other neat dragons around at this point in time. Show me the dragons. Where are the cool dragons? Oh, there's a bunch of wild dragons. Cannibal. Where's Balerion? Is Balerion still alive? Melis, Sea Smoke. No? Cyrax. I guess he died. So Vhagar is probably the best dragon at this point. I don't know. Regardless, dragon eggs. No, I don't actually care. Well, I do care. Because actually, I did a test run, and when you do invade people with a dragon, there's an event that pops up that sort of just gives the people you invade a dragon. So I've seen this guy, or not this guy, but someone in his court just get a dragon for some reason, and we might see that in this playthrough as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's see here. We need to get, well, we need to sort this shit out. Of course, at this point, it doesn't matter much what exactly we do, because we don't actually have any provinces. We are an unlanded character. All we have is Daemon's hosts, which is interesting. I didn't even know you could play as unlanded characters. I guess the mod developers must have found some clever workaround, but hell, I'm not complaining. So yeah, we start out with war. We start out in the war where we try to take the stepstones, which are these little islands over here. But of course, I don't actually want the stepstones. I don't want it. I don't care for this place, but hopefully eventually we can get a white piece here. It should be doable. I don't know how difficult it is to win this war, but I have no intentions of actually finding that out. All I care for is just getting the fuck out of Westeros and building my own realm. Where are generals? Fleet levies. Ah, here we are. So yeah, we need to meme some generals into existence. 2 will do for now, because we only have 1 army. And let us go to our boats. We are allied with Valyrian, this little dipshit over here, which is probably the only other High Valyrian house in the game right now. No, okay, I think, yeah, they're one of the few High Valyrian houses in the entire mod. The only other one I can think of is the... if you start in the Century of Blood book date or start dates, which is pretty new, long live the king. Because honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna go away. But yeah, if you start in the Century of Blood start date, you can play as one of the other dragon lords who managed to escape the doom of Elyria. But of course, in the lore, he just went back to Valyria, and no one exactly knows what he did. Presumably I don't know, whatever happened in Valyria probably killed that guy as well. But in this mod, you can actually take control over him and do not that. Oh really? Breeding dragons is a dangerous game, but you have managed to obtain a new clutch of dragon eggs from Cyraxes. Right, she's female. Oh, that's so good. Owner of a dragon egg. Yeah, okay, well, that simplifies this campaign. In all of my test games, there was no such thing as dragon eggs. Well, I guess now I know how you get dragon eggs. You just get them. You don't have to think too hard about that, it seems. Anyways, let's see. We need to pick a focus. War. Fuck the... yeah, stuff. Ambition. Let's see. I want children. So give me a son. Or a daughter. Presumably both. Actually, can we... no, never mind. We can only have one wife. Our wife is of House Royce. Oh, really? You are... Lady Rhea, the bronze bitch. I think in the lore, Daemon did not particularly like his wife. It was an arranged marriage that he was not very fond of. Gluttonous, slothful, greedy. Yeah, I can... arbitrary. Yeah, I get the dislike there. So we might want to divorce her eventually. Grand Dragoning. No, fuck that. Kyle Royce. Wait, I don't have children. Okay, I had a kid, but he died. But that was a bastard, presumably by this Lyseni woman. Lysara Miseri, the White Worm. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what she did in the lore. I don't think she did too much. I know this guy was married 3 times. I don't remember his second marriage, but... eventually he would marry... Yeah, she would marry Rion... Fucking Valyrian, man. Even in fictional universes, I can't pronounce anything. This girl. Of course, she is 9 at this point, so that wouldn't really work out. And we're 25. That's a decent age difference. But, you know, it is what it is. You now ride Dreamfire into battle. I've heard that name before. And also, thank God there's no such thing as naval combat in this game. They need to add naval combat to Crusader Kings 2. How can they make 1 billion fucking... what are they called? Expansions. And never get around to actually making, you know, an expansion that grants you the ability to do sea combat. My dear friend, what? Young Leonor Valerian. Oh, she should be my ward. Yeah, I can do that. Right? This gay little boy. Barely educated. Aw. That's a shame. I don't know. What is this? This is special for this mod, isn't it? Ward. Sure, join me. I mean, we're not going to be in Westeros for long, so I don't know how useful this will be, but, you know, it's not my decision. So our quote-unquote home islands are being invaded here by quite the army. But honestly, that's not my problem. I mean, it is, because I don't actually want to lose this war. I would much prefer not to. I mean, if something awful happens here in the beginning, which can happen, I might just have to restart, but you guys know me. I'm not above doing a bit of a restarting here and there to improve my chances of success in the early game. Anyways, designate a regent, whoever has the high stewardship. Bodyguards, you, everyone gets to be a bodyguard. But now we have arrived in the western part of Slaver's Bay, by the island of Elyria. So this guy has 9,200 troops. I mean, these cities are actually pretty tits. They are large Essos castles, so they have pretty massive, awesome levies. So it's pretty cool. The potential for upgrades though aren't the greatest. There are no cities and shit that you can build here, so you can never have a grand place like over in King's Landing where you have like 1 billion cities and memes, but you know, that's fine, I guess. So let us invade. Because we are an unlanded character, we have a special cast spell called Adventurer Conquest. I am going to do that instead of Dragon Conquest, because I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I know that generally when there's Dragon Conquest, the recipient has the option to surrender, and obviously that's not an option here. We want you to fuck off. You know, like, this guy needs to fuck off, and we want his island. Because of course we do. So, Adventurer Conquest of Elyria. Let's go. And rather than actually doing what we came here to do, which was, you know, taking the stepstones, we have now decided to say fuck that. Let's go take some unrelated island. Because, I don't know, I guess the Targaryen madness struck him right at the point where we took control over him. And he was like, you know what? I want 3 wives. And then he asked his High Septon, and he was like, you can't have 3 wives. That's not allowed in the Faith of the Seven. And then this guy was like, well, fuck you then. I'll go to Old Valyria. I'll convert to the local Valyrian religion, and I'll fucking have 3 wives. And so is the story of Daemon Valyrian. No, not Valyrian. Daemon Targaryen. But yeah, so we are definitely at a disadvantage here. We have shit morale compared to him, but we of course have a special decision. We can deploy our dragon in battle. Although, do we even need to do that? I don't think we do. No. Of course, just the very fact of us being a dragon rider gives us massive bonuses already. Although we failed actually to kill sufficient of his troops to be able to siege him. That is a bad thing. So I guess we'll have to deploy our dragon no matter what. Deploying a dragon is a risk, of course. For those who viewed the last episode of Game of Thrones know what I'm talking about. Dragons can get fucked up during sieges and battles and shit. But we're gonna have to do it because it's our only chance of ever taking this stupid place. So we will deploy our dragon. Your enemies think you are safe. Your enemies think they are safe on the other side of rock and mortar. Do the fools truly believe that such petty defenses can hold back your fire? Dracarys! Go, my dragon. And don't... Oh really, Stormsinger Gorys have the of Valyria tried to slay your dragon and failed. Yeah, of course he failed. It's a dragon. Did my dragon get messed up? No, he's good. Oh really, we just took it? Oh wow, okay, well that simplifies things. Don't know where a bunch of my dudes went, but yeah, imprison the entire family. Yeah, fuck this family. And so the war's won. Man, this I've done this like twice as a test run, and this just went a hell of a lot better than any of those runs, because in those runs, as I said, he sent out a call to everyone really and said, if you have a dragon, please come help me. And the fuckers did, and so I had to fight like dragons and shit. But that did not happen in this playthrough. And honestly, I don't mind that, because in that playthrough my dragon got fucked up, but now it didn't. So let's enforce our demands. We will get the thing, and yeah, there we are. We are now Lord Daemon of Daemon's host, and presumably after seizing High Lordship of Elyria, shouldn't there be a the in there? You have also captured the treasury of the deposed Lord Varian Ilvar. Okay, so we get the Engines of War from the treasury of this dipshit. And the Summers and Winter Annals. Neat! Yeah, this is a feature from Monks and Mystics, right? I haven't actually played Monks and Mystics, even the vanilla game yet. Well, I think I did one little test game, but that's all there was to it. I really just bought the DLC because I knew I wanted to do this playthrough, and not because I actually, intended to ever play the vanilla experience. Although as of this version of the game, there is only one guild. You can only join... Oh my god, we are about to lose this war. What happened? Lost control of high tide. Oh jeez. Oh my... No! What? Really? Fuck, this campaign will actually kind of end if we lose this war, because I'll be imprisoned, I think. Crap, and this run went so well. No! I don't want to have to redo this. New important decisions. I want to convert, but we can't do that yet because we don't have the prestige. Huh, okay then. Fuck, we need to go home. Let's see, can I raise any levy here? No. Can I raise any levy now? Oh yes, I can. Let's get as many of these dipshits on the boats as possible. Fuck off that I can't have these dipshits on the boat. No, this is pretty neat. So we're studying the Valyrian freehold, and we're studying the wars against the Gishkari Empire. Cool. But I am a bit worried. Okay, so he's presumably going to win this. Yeah, he's going to win that. So let's go kill this army. Just to... Oh god, we are a minus 100 war score. Why have we not lost the war then? I don't know, but I'm not complaining. What is this? My lord, I believe you did custody for too long. You want to pay the ransom. Fuck off. Fuck it. Fuck morale. Let's just go for it. Yeah, no, she's mine. Oh, fuck. And we lost. Okay, well, I knew this was too good to be true. Alright, I guess we can try and demand the trial by combat. If not, I'll have to attempt to restart this off screen. Of course I'll fight personally. I'm awesome. Am I awesome? In command... Exceptional military ruler. But that does that make me any sort of good fighter? Where's the... Isn't there supposed to be a thing that tells us how exactly we're good? Or how good we are? I think that's separate. Is it down here? Inspiring leader. There we are, skilled fighter. Fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. We don't need any dudes. Fuck shit up. Trial by combat, and has chosen his champion. Now the trial begins. The gods will guide me. Fuck that. He's no match for my might. He'll not even manage to touch me. Is he good? Oh god, he's good. Let's play it safe then. Needs no invitations to defend yourself. Oh no! Oh. Alright, so welcome to what I guess you can call an alternate reality. I mean, Rick and Morty, season 3 is also running right now, and we all know what that show teaches us to do when your reality gets fucked up. You go to a different reality, of course, and that's what we did. So I restarted the game, did the same thing, conquered Elyria. The only thing I did differently is that I stopped by the 3 daughters, and I just fucked them up a bit, just to make them think twice about going to not Dragonstone, but to Driftmark. And so now we're in a position where we might be able to win this thing. Well, not win it. I don't want to win it. I don't want the Stepstones. That goes against what this campaign is about. I don't want to be king of the Stepstones. I want to be king of North Valyria. Damn it! And so that is what we will achieve. Well, hopefully. However, I think I'll actually end this episode here, and then in the next episode we will focus entirely on our war against the 3 daughters. It'll be quite the war actually, because I mean they have a lot of dudes, like a lot of them, 60,000 or so. It's, you know, it's no big deal. You know, that kind of stuff happens. Then again, all I want here is a white piece, so we don't have to win the thing completely. We just have to make sure that they understand that they shouldn't be fucking around with dragons, and hopefully that's achievable. One sad thing, of course, about this restart is that I don't have a dragon egg anymore because that event did not fire. I did not have to fight a dragon in Elyria, but nonetheless, it's quite sad to see that there are no dragon eggs around. Because if we lose our line of dragons, then I'm not sure what to do. Like, I don't know, can we travel to Dragonstone to get more dragons? Because we have a pretty good taming chance because of, you know, blood of Old Valyria and whatnot. So, also, what is going on in the... Why are you being occupied? I guess this is a civil war? Yeah, it's a civil war. Well, that is not of my concern then. Regardless, we'll think about that in the next episode. So, thanks so much for watching this episode, and until next time, bye.